disagree, sometimes agree on topical issues. I am Kimberly Ubiabo, your host on the program. And we have our regular guest, Florence Oladon, in the studio. Florence, good to have you. Good morning.
Good morning, Kim. Good morning, WFM. Good morning, listeners. What a
Yeah,
beautiful day we have here.
indeed. All right. And we also have Ibinabo Dixon.
Okay, let me follow suit with Florence. Good morning, valued listener. Good morning, Kim. Good
Yeah.
morning, Florence. What a beautiful day we have here.
Yeah. Beautiful day to have a good conversation. Panorama is where we have the ladies come together from different political zones to discuss, dissect, and disagree, sometimes agree on topical issues. And the program is not complete without you, of course. You get to call in or send your contributions in via text or WhatsApp message 0703 1756537 or call the studio line 07000 917 917. That's 07000 917 917. Let's start things off with this one. And of course, we have Buki Femi Ajala in the studio with us. She joined us.
Hi, hi. Good morning.
Good to have you. Good morning. And it's a full house in the studio, and that's great. The more the merrier. So now we'll start things off with how a female graduate awaiting NYSC call up was lured and killed. This is similar to the to what happened to Owa, the girl in Uyo, but we'll read out the details now. A 24-year-old mass communication graduate of the Benue State University, Joy Honor, has been murdered by a yet to be identified assailants. The victim was killed in North Bank suburb of Makodi, the state capital. Now, Honor was said to have been taken hostage on Tuesday evening by unknown persons who had requested her retail products to be delivered to them. What we hear is that she sells clothes online. She started the business while awaiting the call up, and then she got, somebody said, "I want to buy top," and what's it called, and then she went to deliver herself to the person. She did not return to her widowed mother after the trip, which she made in a hurry without even thinking twice she went. Now, the deceased was believed to have also been raped before her eventual mother. Her corpse was dumped on a bush part in a low-cost federal housing estate in North Bank of Makodi. And speaking to some journalists in Makodi yesterday, the mother, Grace Ono, who lives behind NUJ Secretariat, explained that her daughter graduated from the in March. And while awaiting to be mobilized for the mandatory NYSC, she decided to be selling casual outfits for both men and women. And she said, although the trade was strictly online, her daughter was involved in home delivery. All right. The mother disclosed that it was on Tuesday evening that Joy was called by the unknown customer to deliver some items in town, and that every effort thereafter to reach her daughter, who never stayed out late, proved abortive. So, like, why do I have the feeling that we've seen this happen before? Because it has.
It
I'm
has.
just kidding,
It
but of
has.
course we know it has, and it
I
happened
rem-
with Owa. It's really sad. Yeah.
there was a particular story that broke out. It came in from Port Harcourt where a delivery guy went to deliver some
Yeah.
goods in a particular house, and this young man hacked him to death. Okay, so online shopping is very common, but then it is not. Every business comes with its hazards. You understand? So
True.
it's unfortunate that this happened to this young woman. It's so painful. When I read it, the mother is widowed, and then here she is again, and all that, and all that. After, when you have a child and this child has gone through university, forget about unemployment or whatever. There's this
This is
faith.
joy.
There's this
Yeah.
faith in parents that no matter how bad, my child will find his or her own way in
Yeah.
this force. Say is that you see, online business is thriving, but we shouldn't engage in it without caution because the danger could affect the or the person who wants to receive the goods. Now, for future reasons and future sake, I would advise that if you are going to deliver a particular good to somebody and you realize that the place is lonely and you would have to go to a very lonely place to meet with the person, you should call the person to come out, please.
Yeah.
People in their homes. I remember I to my house. I didn't allow the person come into my house, and the person didn't even want to come to my house. So we both
Okay.
had the same fears, So I came out
Yeah.
out to the street
Yeah.
of my house to
Yeah.
receive the goods. So let's become more circumspect. in all that we do, let's put caution in place, because at this time of our lives in Nigeria, somebody was saying that this is the after the Civil War, this is the scariest time he ever experienced in his
Yeah.
life. An elderly man who is in his 60s. So security, I mean, the level of insecurity is so heightened that everybody is a suspect. So if you have to deliver any goods, meet in a home place, meet in a place where you're not the only one doing this. There are other people around, so it will not be easy for anyone to try to harm you and all of all that. So please, let's be security conscious.
All right, Florence, does this apply to the dispatch riders too? Because no one is talking about their safety as well.
That's why I said that the one that delivered my own goods to me
Yes,
wasn't going to come into my house,
yes.
and I wasn't even expecting him to come into my house. I wasn't going to receive him in my house
Yeah.
because he could come in with something that could harm me, and he could come in and I could harm him too, just like what happened to this young lady. You understand? So everybody should be cautious, be circumspect of your life, so that you don't put yourself in the harm's way, and nobody puts you in the harm's way.
Okay. All right, Florence.
It's unfortunate that we are getting to hear this again, and I'm wondering, this gender-based violence, will it ever stop? Last year, it was this undergraduate girl who was studying in a church premises. She was raped and killed. A girl was looking for a job. She was raped and killed. And now this poor girl. It's getting to, I mean, it's assuming an alarming dimension. And more than ever before, I think our security personnel should do much more in their bid, for the safety and security of people's lives and property. But having said that, I'm just wondering, what's wrong with our men? What's wrong with our men? What's wrong with our boys? What is wrong? Where is the problem? Where are the mothers? Have we abandoned our roles? Have we neglected these children? Have we failed? Are we turning out killers just like that? It's so unfortunate. And I think every woman should begin to think very, very differently. Because if you fail in the home, I think you have failed. No matter the success you attain elsewhere. If you don't raise children, if you raise children who are going to endanger the society, I think you have failed.
All right. Before we get on to bookkeeping, about do you think it's up to the mother alone to look after the children? Adding to what Florence has said.
I've always said one thing, and that is, I would always, because that is what is obtainable in my family. It's both the father and the mother. Fine. It's not always that you have the two of them at home at the same time. But whoever is home should see to it that these children are properly brought up. If mom is home more than dad, mom should see to it that whenever dad is home, he should add his own voice to it. You understand? There shouldn't be, like Yorubas will say, "Enuko laughing Tom." On a woman, they take the bring up child. In some families, you see, when the mom is, punishing and shouting and doing all of this on a child, the father will be, he may not say anything, but he will be making faces. And this child is seeing. So the child will understand that daddy is not down with what mommy is doing to me. So how does that child get to understand that mommy is trying to put things right in my life? You understand? And in some other cases, you see that the dad will be on the child that you're like this, I'm going to punish you. And the mom will say, I beg, will not kill my pikin. Do you understand? So we have to, in one voice, bring up our children properly. Because a broken home is a broken society. Because the family is a microcosm of the society. So if the family did not get it right, the family and the society has already gone south. Nothing can be right.
All right, now Buki, I want to hear. Let's hear what you have to say about this sad case, Joy Ono. And also, do you think that some ways youths or all of us should be careful of the kind of things we post online? Because I remember that what happened in Akwa Ibom, the young lady had so many things posted on her Twitter handle. And, a lot of these kidnappers, they just monitor your post and they say, oh, you need a job or you need a boyfriend or whatever it is that your weakness is, that's what was capitalized on. And then, for the sad case of the Akwa Ibom girl, but also just start with your thoughts.
Okay, firstly, let me just celebrate myself. I think this is the first time I'm
oh, okay,
I'm speaking, on Panorama with Florence.
Oh,
So let me celebrate celebrate myself. If you don't want to celebrate,
For bringing me on board. Thank you
Okay,
for
so-
bringing me on board.
of course, you have value to pass to us, and I think that's what Panorama is all about.
Yeah.
Yes, passing the
Yeah.
values, So thank you so much for that. So
Thank you.
so we've done with that, and then to the question of today. I somewhere along the line, I'm also involved in online sales, though I've stopped it now, for strategic reasons, to move on to something else. But, then we had to look at the security issues. And I think it was Florence that mentioned it, or I can't remember that. This is a time where we now begin to look at security issues around online sales. So some of the things we did, but I don't know who's listening, like I always say, we always pass values here. Some of the things we did was the fact that, one, if it's a regular customer, we will have attached your address. You will have told us exactly where you want, probably in your office or in your home or something, but we would have known that if it's a regular customer. But if you just are just online and whatever, fine. So once you put it in now, we have a portal sales, and that is what I would encourage everybody to have. Portal sales. It's very cheap now. In fact, all these payments.
What is it
whatever,
about? Portal, like how does it work?
it's an online app where you will have registered that you have things to sell, just like your market is online. You understand? And then, so when somebody wants to buy, it now goes into the database. What do you want to buy? Where is your location for us to drop? You understand? And then alternative numbers, just a little bit about the person, not so much information, you understand? And of course, particularly, they call it the address, the billing address or the shipping address, depending on what app you use. So once that is done, so anybody going there, it is that address. And of course, you have to pay caution. When you see that address is funny, you have to intuition. I mean, God who has created us put that, but a lot of us just jettison it. So I mean, you say, where is this? You could actually locate it, find out before you go. Even when you are going, you begin to see that there are abandoned buildings, things like that. You should be cautious, you understand? And then one of the things we also told our own dispatch rider then was that peradventure, that area is not safe, or there's something about your intuition, then tell the person to come to a common place. E.g., we use a lot of restaurants. We use in front of the banks, a common place that, even if there's anything, you can always
Shout for help.
you can always shout for help. But you see, to this story of this lady, I pray that those who are on top of it will get to the bottom of it. There are many other things they could do. I know they will have collected our telephone number, so there's no way they could have traced the last caller. But I think one of the lessons we will learn here is that even if you don't use the app and you are just a starter and you use your WhatsApp or your Instagram post or whatever it is, when you are moving out, now this is now security, have a logbook, the name of the person, the address, and the number, just in case. You understand? But I believe that if the security are on it, the security has, the right to approach the telecom operator, to get the log of this victim now, and also the person called. And of course, by the time they get the call log of the person, they can also trace, they have their way of doing things, So essentially, it's just for us to take caution, like Ibinabo has said,
How about oversharing online? Why is nobody? Because I see a lot of people overshare online.
Well, you see, it's a lesson.
with-
It's a lesson we must take note of now. That you do not go online and talk so much. You've got to have wisdom. If I'm selling, what am I selling? Then let it be limited to what I'm selling. Not that, I'm at a party today. Well, you could share a little bit of your joy, but don't be too loud. Oh, tomorrow we are going to Bahamas. Oh, tomorrow this. And when you like, this, we're traveling out, and on Facebook, you are traveling out. Okay, fine. So you just have to be discreet.
I think people have been excessive in the use of the social media. As good as it is, I mean, technology is fine, communication is fine, but maybe some of us are seen as old school. But if I'm old school and I'm alive, I think it's better for me. So the lesson here is for our young people to be safety conscious. Lie low, for God's sake. You don't have to be extravagant. You don't have to let the whole world know what is going on with you or what's your next plan of action is. I think our youths have really, really taken it overboard, if you ask me.
Florence,
Yeah.
you'll be amazed that some mommies do this. I've seen a few friends of mine that sometimes it's like, I mean, what's the need for all of this? That kind of thing.
Mhm.
What am I supposed to do with this information that you have put on the social media, for goodness sakes? So, bottom line is, let's be security conscious. And you see, we need to be careful because there are some portals and an account and everything. I would advise that if you want to do online email, don't just use your regular email because they do hack into it.
Yeah.
If people could hack into VPN, I mean, what else?
Even to the dollar cards, people
Do
are
you
now wise
understand?
now.
Yes.
They have a particular card for transactions. So
Yes.
they don't use their normal one. So when they want to
Exactly.
transact, it is that amount. They will
And
transfer
exactly,
it to
and
that
and
dollar.
it,
I
and it
mean,
is always empty.
it's
There's
always
nothing
empty.
there. So if you hack
let's
into
just
it,
be
you will not find
security
anything.
conscious,
So
yes.
All right. So then, what are we beyond us helping ourselves now? What are we expecting from the government now as regards security? What should be done? I know we've been talking about it, but they have the final say when it comes to, because as much as we have to look out for ourselves, I've witnessed firsthand where the robbers were attacking the person in broad daylight. Our car was behind. And everybody was passing like it's a normal. So this one is not even a case of go to where people will see you. They held the guns, they wore masks, and at first we thought it was SARS. They now disbanded SARS, and we're like, we're even still driving towards them. And next thing I was like, see guns, oh, and they were just hitting. The woman was in the car, helpless. People were passing. Like this one, we were stunned. Like it was something that I was like, this thing can happen. So no, you get like I have to tell you that even it's getting to the point where we are not safe.
Beside me.
yes. You see, a woman told me a story. I went to Oshodi, so I didn't drive. So we both found ourselves in a public bus. So we got talking. So when we got to the Oshodi, from Oshodi towards Anthony, so we got talking. So she said, I was talking to someone, but I said, maybe I should have taken my car. This load, all those things. She said, madam, no worry, and not be me go carry them. This, so we were talking. She now said, madam, this is the best way to go to Oshodi. I said, why? She was not narrating her story that she works somewhere around there. So each time she had to go shopping, she wouldn't go with her car because going home with her car from where she works would not take her to that particular area. So she said she was in her car on that bridge, that was the Anthony Bridge. And these hoodlums came to her, broke, because she had some money beside her in the cup case in the car. She said they came, broke the glass, and they were demanding for everything in broad daylight, and there was no help. People were just, she said people were just, people were just, reversing and bypassing her and going their way.
Yeah, that is where we find ourselves.
And no help came.
Yeah.
And they took the money with her, took her phone and everything. So she told herself that she would never, if she had to take that, because she already developed a phobia. So I now narrated my own story too, that my own wasn't that bad. That they were banging on at the back. So I was
from your opinion. I know we've been talking about this, but then we'll still have to look for, at least let's recommend some easy ways. If the ways we've been talking about is too hard, what are some starters how can they go about it?
If you love us, like us.
And if you don't love us, like us.
It's facebook.com/
WFM917. If you want to see what we look like,
We slay.
subscribe to our channel on YouTube.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at WFM917.
Everybody, or almost everybody, likes to eat bread. Young or old, rich or poor, student or worker, eating bread is one thing that cuts across all strata of society. Whether it's with eggs, ewa going, akara, moi moi, or even as sandwiches, we all love the taste and satisfaction we get from our soft, nutritious, and delicious loaves of bread. Bread is one of the most consumed foods in today's busy society. If you look around, you'll realize that there are almost as many bakeries as there are streets, all providing different options of taste, variety, size, packaging, etc. for your delicious loaves of bread. But did you know that bread is not just bread? There's bread, and then there is bread baked with Mama Gold flour. Bread baked with Mama Gold flour is fluffy, tasty, and nutritious because it's made from high quality wheat inside a world class manufacturing facility. So, in addition to having the right balance of nutrients to support your body's needs, it is also vitamin A fortified. So, it supports your vision, immune system, cells, and skin health. Mama Goat flour has also received numerous recognitions and awards for its consistent quality and performance. Now that you know, be sure that you only eat bread made with Mama Goat flour. The question now is, how do you know bread that is made with Mama Goat flour? Simple. Whenever you want to buy bread, look out for the Mama Goat flour partner bakeries that have the Mama Goat flour signboard in front. There are several of them located across Lagos and Ogun states. When you buy from these bakeries, you can be sure that the bread you're buying is not only soft and tasty, but it also contains the right nutrients to support your body's nutritional needs. Now, you may also ask, what if there are no Mama Gold partner bakeries in my area? Then simply ask your bakery whether they're using Mama Gold flour. And if they are, they need to sign up to become a Mama Gold partner bakery by calling Juliana on 0816 976 2530. 0816 976 2530. One of the benefits of becoming a partner bakery is that they get free training on how best to operate the bakery to ensure they are consistently producing high quality, delicious, and nutritious loaves of bread. So once again, anytime you want to eat bread, make sure you eat bread that is made with Mama Gold flour. So you're sure that the bread is not only soft and delicious, but it also contains the right balance of nutrients to support your body's needs. Mama Gold flour, quality flour for correct bread.
Smart with the best.
All right, 20 minutes to the top of the hour. Still Panorama right here in Women Radio, on Women Radio, WFM 91.7. I am Kimberly Ubiabo. Still, we have our regular guests, beautiful ladies in the studio, Buki Femi Ajala.
You see, a few days ago,
Yeah.
I read that actually I think it was during the Eid al-Maulud. Was it on Monday or so? I read somewhere that Mr. President was addressing media, the media personnel, that they should stop reporting the issue of insecurity as rising insecurity. They should say declining.
Oh.
And that is a wishful thinking. You know why I'm saying this? We're just discussing about this young lady who was lured into, selling her wares, and she eventually, lost her life. I know that as a government, the political will is there, but there is need to do more. You understand? Because whatever it is you are doing, if there isn't any tangible result to the mind of the people, is that you're not doing anything, as much as you are putting a lot of effort into place.
Yeah.
The issue of insecurity is a protracted issue, and we need to sit down and provide solution. And this solution can't just be, gotten from the federal government alone.
Okay.
We have to go down to the CDCs, our communities, up to the wards, from the ward to the local government.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's
from-
just squeeze in this
Okay.
call. Apologies. Hello, good Panorama.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Albert is money calling from Ikorodu.
All right, Albert. How is the Ikorodu this morning?
Yeah, we thank God for today. Yes.
All right. Please
Sometimes
go on.
you do ask some people out that listening out sometimes. What
Ah.
is government going to do about it? They know what to do now. Even if you want to testify to this, just go to Kururu roundabout in the evening time. They will rob you one on one. Like police will be forced away from them. You say police, if you should carry the good drum and hand them over to the police, the police will release the person 2 days time. So who is the people in this country?
Yeah, so but what are some recommendations? What are some recommendations from you now?
Let the court take it to process. If you catch someone who is troubling the area, you hand him over to the police. Let police take the person to the court, not releasing the person on the. Yeah, let court do the needful. And police should stop collecting bribe from all these boys because they do settle them one way or the other. Yeah, I was about the Ikulu and about here. It's not part of the time. Make them say they say me Albert, go and catch those boys, bring them to us here. You say you don't like police now. The police tell us. One. I was just like, and then Albert, he said, what's going to say Albert is manager? At the road, he said, go and catch them.
All right. So for you, the law should take its course. That's what you're suggesting.
Yes.
All right. Then. Thank you very much, Albert.
Let the government take the police once again, increase their salary, take care of them. All these bribery, how can you prepare policeman with 5,000? What 5,000 naira? Increase the salary to 70K. I know if you collect that amount of money from you.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. I felt attacked for a bit, but then
you know, he that wears the shoes, knows, where it pains and all that. So, he came on with a lot of emotions because he had been a victim.
Being a victim.
Okay, so what I would advise the government, like I was saying, all hands should be on deck from the community up to the federal government. Nobody is exonerated. Having said that, it's sometimes you ask yourself, is it that we are understaffed? Regarding our security operatives, if that is the case, we have a lot of unemployed youths out there who wouldn't mind being part of the security operatives. So how about, looking at, like, we have how many local governments? Go to each local government and recruit some youths, train them, and bring them on board, because this case is because I can't travel to Ibadan and
feel safe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, Chief.
How are you?
Good morning, Chief.
Yeah. How are you? Good morning. I greeted you before with the education is you know. How are you? Beautiful one by you.
Good morning, Chief.
I hope you are putting this morning.
No.
You are disgracing me again.
All right, Chief, we're on the clock right now. We just want to,
And good
Fine, thank you.
How are you? So the fact of this is this. If the president is not talking about the insecurity of the thing, what brought him in? But he told us if he comes in, then definitely everything is going to be okay. Look at that, the insecurity is doing its own, and the hunger of a team is doing its own, you understand? The electricity now, if one man cannot use electricity, you understand? Many homes, are not even, they are not having light now, they are being disconnected by the NEPA people.
All right, Chief, but the focus is on security now. So what are your recommendations,
The
Chief?
part of this is this. You know what happened this morning,
Yeah.
If I tell you, you won't believe me. Around that time 6:00, you understand? My phone was ringing. All of a sudden, I woke up at 6, you understand? Before God and man, what I had, I shouldn't have believed it. A lady, this lady is very, very good looking. He said, please, Chief, can you just give any amount of money? Since yesterday, I've not eaten.
Chief, let's continue this. So hope you helped her out with the money anyway.
Hello?
Hello, Chief. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Chief, I hope you helped her out with the money, but let's continue this conversation. For the sake of time, you have to just wrap up your thoughts, Chief.
Hello, I'm coming. So the part of this is that he should do something, you understand? Are you getting me? So that is just one thing I wanted to know. So I was able to raise 3,000, but it's not quite long in left here.
She even spends the night. Oh.
How are you sure?
All right. But let's Well, for the sake of time,
to quickly
yeah.
add to what I was saying, sorry, what she was trying to say, I think, let me assume is that, which forms part of my opinion, and that is the poor economy is a precursor to this heightened insecurity that we are having.
Yeah.
It is a precursor because the economy is so bad, and everybody seems to be looking for any way to meet up with their responsibilities, even if it means hurting a fellow human being who is not even the reason why you are in the position you are.
All right, Buki. Yeah, no, we can actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, because I thought she had something.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
fine.
Each time this kind of thing happens and we hear, oh, we'll get to the root of the matter, we'll fish out the widowed mother who just lost a 24-year-old girl. Even if the daughters are killed, would that replace her daughter? So I think it's usually medicine after death. And we should rather prevent rather than now react. What we do in this part of the world, we are more reactive than active. It's obvious to me that we're under police. Take Arepo, for instance. I'm not sure we have the presence of the police in Arepo. I'm not sure. Maybe.
We depend on the police force we have in
God
Wawa.
forbid if something breaks out before they come from Wawa, God have mercy. So definitely, I think I agree with Pinabo that we're under police. So the police commission should, or reform, whatever they call themselves, should do something about it. Recruit more people, pay them well, place a demand on them. Then we'll be able to sleep with our 2 eyes closed.
All right, Buki.
Okay, so I might sound harsh, but my own I go knock on for head. One of the things, it's not the major, but one of the major things that they should do is that the DPO or the person in charge of security in that locality should be held accountable. And I will explain why. It's this same way should I said it maybe about a year ago in here. I had the opportunity of going without my car as well. I think I was a bit careless with my purse. I was having this knapsack bag and all that. So they took my purse, and the testimony was that someone said, oh, they're taking your purse, they're taking your purse. And I saw the man go somewhere, and then somebody came somewhere and said, madam, just hold on. I will go and recover your purse. The man went. I don't know where he went. I tried to trace the place right under that Oshodi. The person collected my purse. It's a testimony. I shared it. Wow. Collected my purse. The man said I should count how much money is there. That if 500 naira is missing, he will go and collect it. I counted it. It was my exact money. He said, check for your ATM card and all that. Where am I going? The person in charge of that place, that's where they are security agents. Investigative security policing. Let me tell you, if they want to be honest, the person in charge of the security of every locality, particularly when there's a police station, they know where they are. They know where they are if they want to be honest. And that's why I'm saying that if truly the man at the end of affairs want to crack this, one of the major ways is, if I should help them in your locality, you are the one I'm going to hold. If he or she holds that person will do the job and say, hey, you men, let's not mess around. Shine your eye. Anything you see, you understand? Yeah. They know. Some of them know, not all, but some of them know. But they can know because that is why they're security personnel.
With what Buki just said. I remember, was it 2 years ago or thereabout, that a particular commissioner of police, Lagos State, made it mandatory that whatever reports that is negative is made of, any police officer, the DPO in that area will be answerable to that. So whatever your boys are doing, your girls are doing out there as police officers, you are going to be liable. So that would, to a large extent, bring about sanity. Just like Buki says, you see, if you live in an area, that is why, you see, the problem with what Buki suggested is that they post people from far places down to a new area. So as you are getting to understand that area, you're not too familiar with people there, you're not too familiar with the terrain and everything. So how do you deliver? The person that went to Buki probably it was one of the area guys there, and he knows all the call and all those people who would do that. You understand? So we should begin to look into bringing in people who are familiar, put people in familiar places, put officers in familiar places. That is what some people are agitating for state police.
yeah.
But then, even with state police, if you transfer me
Mm.
from Ikorodu to Badagry,
We've actually
I don't understand that area. So what do you how do you want me to operate?
we've lost a lot of calls, but 30 seconds for this caller. We're out of time. Hello, good morning.
Kibri, did you know I'm a married man? I have my wife with me and my children. The way manner you address me, I don't like it. I'm not a man that just go about carrying women.
Chief, you said somebody came. No. Apologies. Do hold on, please. Hold on. We're on the clock. You called and said a lady came. All right, Chief, please listen over the radio. Chief called, if I'm not mistaken, that a lady came to his house. And then, for the sake of time, I wanted him to just wrap it up. And then he said she just left that morning. So I said, oh, she even spent the night. And we laughed about it. We moved on. I don't think there are any assumptions. Did anybody assume anything?
Actually, probably some parts of the story was missed because it made mention of the fact that his phone rang around 6 a.m.
6 a.m., okay.
So, and there was a woman who wanted his assistance. So probably she came in around that 6 a.m.
All right. Okay. Well,
meaning she couldn't have slept over.
Apologies, Chief. No one is assuming anything, but apologies for the sake of anyone listening. Now, let's get your final words, Florence Oladotu.
On security?
Yes, on our conversation this morning, from the fact that we should be, we should protect ourselves by, young people, vendors, and then we moved on to what the government can do in terms of security.
I think in security, we should all see it as our problem because it's impacting on lives, it's impacting on businesses, it's impacting on every facet of life.
Yeah.
So citizens, followers, leaders, we should all see it as our problem, and each person should be able to contribute his own quota to solving that problem.
Solving it. All right, Buki?
Yeah, I would like the government, talking about your family government, local government, state government, you yourself, personal government, you need to look at where you have to be responsible. Now, even going by train is not safe. So you now need to begin to say, hey, how am I going to be responsible to myself, to the people that have elected me? And I believe, in wrapping up, you can do it if you really want to do it.
Do it, yeah. All right, now, Binabo.
Okay, so we cannot separate this heightened level of insecurity from the state of the economy. Okay, and I remember I read somewhere that Governor El-Rufai, he said since 2017 he had been suggesting to the federal government to declare banditry as terrorism. You understand? So that there are ways to deal with terrorists different than the way you would deal with a regular robber or something like that. So I think the government should begin to look into that. And also majority of Nigerians are living below the poverty line. So what is the government doing? You have been talking about diversification, and even if you are doing it, it is yet translated into Do you understand? So until we get there, whatever it is you are doing, it's like you're not doing anything. So the government, if they are doing something, they should do it differently or fast track it so that it will, there will be positive impact in the community and in the economy, so that a lot of people are going into, they are getting enlisted into criminal activities per day, per second.
You always say that to do.
There yet. We're ready for the weekend, and we're going to have a fabulous weekend. I hope you get to have a wonderful weekend as well. Make it a date with us, same time, 9:15 to 10 a.m. Mondays through Fridays. Panorama. I am Kimberly Obiebo. Thanks, Ibn Dixon, for coming through. Florence Oladotun, and of course Buki Femi.
Nice weekend.
Yes, have a good weekend. At 10 o'clock is Radio Doctor. Still a lot lined up for your listening pleasure. Stay tuned.
To sponsor this program, call the number 0816 480 7613.
Babe, that girl dey use something. Which kind something be that?